Hey, what's up, y'all? Salutes for kicks. Hey, we just gonna go down here Sunday sneaker session. Everybody in the Four Kicks Brigade. If you pop in, that's cool. If not, I just wanted to jump back on here again and try it out. I got a different setup this time. Last time I had my laptop in front of me with the webcam on top, and hopefully I sound pretty good, and I'm able to pay attention to you guys a little better instead of looking off and trying to look at the chat. I know it's Sunday, and some of you are probably asleep, getting ready for the work week, but this was probably the best time I had free to jump on here with you all. And I was going to actually, well, I take that back. I have a video for this particular topic, but I said, you know something, I'd rather do this live because it's just that simple, and we probably get into some other things. So one thing in the sneaker community we talk about all the time are grails. What's your grail? I currently don't have any of my grails, those sneakers that I consider my grails, but I do have some sneakers close to my grails or somewhat of an opposite effect of the particular grail sneaker. And no one's jumped in here yet. We got a couple people watching. Hey, just chime in. You know, what's up to you guys? I can't see you just yet. Let's see who's over here. Hey, what's up, Turquoise? Salute to you. P, what's going on? All right. I need to figure out how to add you. Let's see. There's got to be a way. That's the part I haven't seen. So I saw it. Well, I did see. I take it back. I saw it in the settings and stuff. How to give the link. Hey, what's up, Jordan 23? And yeah, no doubt, no doubt. It's got to be. I'm going ahead and get into it. You know, I gave you a shout out so far. I'll pop back over somebody else jumping here. My grails in the first order is the Chicago 1 High that's coming out in 2020. I'm very excited. If you watch my channel, you know I've mentioned this. This was my very first Jordan 1, my very first Jordan, period. I was old enough to be able to get that sneaker. I was around for the very first release, and my dad bought me that shoe, and I didn't like it. So back then, the Jordan 1s came with the wristband and a poster. And most time they gave you, no, they gave you either or, but somehow he was able to get me both. And I just like the poster and the wristband. So I wound up wearing those Chicago ones to school. And all my classmates was like, yo, he got the Chicago Jordans, man. He got the Jordans. Yeah, no doubt. And they're very versatile. That's the thing. They're tanks. They last for a while. They're one of the few sneakers, the more you wear them, the more they get character, and it gets accepted when they get a little beat up, you know, get some crease in them. So that Chicago 1 is definitely you know, one of my grails. Are right here. I got this bread mid, and it's the closest thing I have to it. Also have another pair, kind of sort of bread mids with a different color blocking on here. But believe it or not, this sneaker was selling out on the low in my area. I was like, man, y'all ran. And when I saw them, they were sitting on the shelf at the finish line at North Star Mall here in San Antonio. It was just, I was like, what are these? And they kind of let me rummage through their stuff. I'm cool with those people over there. I was like, oh, can I buy them? You know, they was like, yeah, yeah. You know, a lot of people didn't know about them. So I wound up buying them. I went back, and there was this Asian lady. She bought like 10 pairs. And that's when I found out there's a market for ones and mids, and you know, for a lot of people in the Asian community buy mids, believe it or not. So this sneaker sneakily was selling out in my area, but I managed to get a pair. Also the breads. The breads is another one of my grails. I actually could have gotten a pair, but I wasn't on my retro Jordan 1 thing at the time. Well, retro Jordans, period. Yeah, but I have any more in these. These are dead stock. This is one of my mids that started my kind of being notoriety, if you will, at my level anyway. When I did the mid video, I did this one first, and people chimed in, and they had some great things to say. And some people, you know how internet is, they were negative. Next up is the Aqua 8s. However, if you look closely, this is not an Aqua 8. Yeah, they did. They sold. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Yeah, they were selling. This is one of probably the more popular mids besides the pine greens and the SC models. But right here, I got this Aqua 8. Well, Aqua, it's a Fusion Force Aqua 8 to be correct. And I got this in 2010. I wish I had the picture readily available, but I actually bought my daughter a pair of these, and these are from 2010, y'all. And I managed to kind of hold on to them. But the actual Aqua 8 is one of my grails. I wasn't able to get my hands on the white version. Hey, what's up, Smooch? I wasn't able to get my hands on the white version, but these will do and suffice. And I'm holding on to these bad boys. And I had them on today. That's why they're a little dusty. And they're in good condition. I know y'all remember the Fusion Forces. I gotta clean them up again, but they're dust magnets. And I know they're bringing these back really soon. As soon as you see like an alternate colorway of a really popular sneaker, I kind of think Jordan Brand is testing the market and they're going to drop them. Hey, not much, man. I decided to jump on here with you guys and chop it up a bit. You know, thanks for following through, Snooch, and everyone else. Next up is the Laney. Okay, obviously this was just released. It's one of my headache sneakers because they shouldn't have quick strike this when they killed the sneaker. A lot of people liked it, but they didn't want to pay $200 for them. But when they went on sale, they were flying. But they just made too many of them. And yeah, I got to get the Laneys. Actually, I could have had the original white Laneys, but dragging my feet. You can find those for $135 a lot of times in really decent condition and things like that. They're out there. I just want a really good looking pair. They don't have any yellowing and all that good stuff. Oh, the off-white ones. Oh, the what? Yeah, the white ones, no doubt, no doubt. The Laneys look dope, man. Especially I'm about to get yeah, yeah, I said that. I gotta redial to hold them up. And I actually got rid of my Fusion 4.6s, the bread ones that came out because they were cracking. And someone actually bought those. I was shocked. They was like, "No, I want them." You know, they gave me a few bucks for those. But those are a few of my grails. Just the well, four because one I didn't show and alternate version of it. But no doubt. And I thank everyone who participated in the challenge that I put out there. That was really fun. Some of you had some cool stuff out there. P brought out amazing steel that he found at an outlet. Tony had some straight up, just some historical stuff in his. And I like the fact that a lot of people went and they talked about the sneaker that's dead stock they didn't wear. Yeah, it is. The Aqua Ace is pretty high. You know, it's pretty high. If you find a pair that's used, you're going to find them about 180, and they're going to be beat up pretty bad because this was a popular sneaker. Now, fun fact, I got a picture somewhere that it was too pixelated for me to use, and when I shrunk it down, you really couldn't see it. But I had a picture of Jodeci, the R&B group from the 90s. They had these on. Casey, Delvin, Devontae, you know, JoJo. They had these on in a picture just to show you how popular these things were back then. Even Martin had on a pair in one that shows, you know, Martin's one of those entertainers that rock Jordans. Obviously, Will Smith as well. Yeah, Joe, you probably know the picture, Turquoise, but I have a picture of them sitting by a pool rocking the Aqua 8s. You know, obviously that's not the Aqua 8, but the color block, and I like this purple, that aqua blue, and the black. It just really sets it off. It's a cool looking sneaker. It really is. Yeah. So well, just chopping it up, man. I didn't cop anything this weekend. I've pretty much been on chill status on pickups. Um, it's stuff out right now that I think is going to hit the sales. What I'm really waiting for is this back to school sale that's going to be popping up. And speaking of which, I do have my list of sneakers video, well, my list of back to school sneakers for under $100 videos. I do have that prepped and ready. I'm actually kind of proofing it because I've gotten a little sloppy in my videos from an editing standpoint, just something personal, because I do go back and watch my videos and I watch in my living room on the big TV and I scrutinize them. So like, yeah, I messed that up. Most people wouldn't catch some things. If you're really into editing, you'll probably catch them. But I was like, yeah, I need to not drop a video so quick and really look at it. Yeah, it's going to be crazy, man. You already see it building up. They're trying to get rid of a lot of that inventory that just wasn't moving. I mean, think about it. You got Laser 4 still out there on shelves in a lot of places. You got the Orlando 10s just hanging out. You got a lot of NMDs just hanging around. They want to get rid of those shoes. Also, some states have the tax-free day. And of course, they're gonna have some limitations. They aren't going to deplete it. But one reason I'm pulling, well, I haven't released my top 10 videos because I left off Air Max. Air Max is one of those must-have back-to-school sneakers that you can typically find under $100. But I do have my version of affordable denim, out there, because some of our big name sneaker YouTubers, they have their video about affordable denim, and I'm like, maybe for you, but to the average buyer consumer, $145 isn't affordable. All right, so I was like, I could buy them, but I'm going to buy a lot of them. No. So in my opinion, affordable denim is that 55 and back, if you will. That's my opinion when it talks about affordable denim. You know, yeah, they're talking. They're getting the big Google checks. I'm not getting the big Google check, so that's what they're spending all along with their sponsorship money. I'm not going to tell someone who's much younger than me, hey, this is affordable and the jean is $150. That's just not me. You mean well. If you got sponsorship with them, I get it. That's your job. Even at that 85 and that price point, that's still a little steep for the average consumer. So I kept it 60 and below, and believe it or not, it's some steals on there. And really, it's on you. Okay. If you say, well, some people are, excuse my language, they're label harlots. Okay. Label harlots. And I'm not one of them. I'm someone, if I like the look of the product, I'm going to buy it. I don't seek approval from other people. I'm too grown for that. And you're going to hear a theme. I'm going to repeat it a few times in that video when I release it. If you're that concerned about what I'm wearing or what I'm buying, buy it for me. All right. And I think everyone should follow that edge as well. Speed Turf. Uh, yeah, Turquoise said, do you like the Nike Speed Turf? I like some of the colorways. I like the Philadelphia Eagle version, and definitely like that Miami Dolphin version, that with the aqua blue and orange, not the ones with the white, but they're pretty much aqua blue and orange. Those are crazy right there. Those are crazy. I love those. I can't find them in my size. I almost want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, it's a grade school and down, grade school GG colorway, and I couldn't find that 9.5 youth that I could squeeze my foot into. But I do like those. I do like the Speed Turfs. Yeah, I do like the Speed Turfs. One reason why I don't have any, one reason why I'm still apprehensive about, because back in the day I had a pair, and that new buck, it got nasty after a while. It was a beast to clean, especially if it didn't have the leather paneling throughout like some of them have. It's just, you walk through dust, they just pull everything in. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So ooh, oops, almost knocked something down over here. Move this around a little bit. But yeah, I put out a message that I'm if you see me looking over at the laptop, obviously right here, I'm looking at the screen, that I'm unbolting a lot of my videos, and either I'm going to release them or basically revising them a little bit to make them more relevant, because I might have shot something 6 months ago and I'm like, I don't like it. That's B-roll. I'll just hold on to the footage and do something with it, or chop out bits of it and use it elsewhere. But I'm basically revamping those videos and revising them a little bit, because now they're starting to become relevant. Yeah, they're starting to become relevant. And someone hit me up. Oh my goodness. Did you know there's messages on YouTube? It has a message feature. I didn't know about this until about almost a year ago. I wasn't going into the notification message side, and I get some peculiar messages over there because they realize they can't curse on my channel, and I censor that stuff, and but sometimes I get good messages and good suggestions and stuff like that. But someone asked me about the back to school thing. I said, that's coming. They said, did you see, I'm not going to name the sneaker YouTubers. I was like, yeah, I saw the videos. What's your take on it? Because you have a more grown up appeal to your channel. Yeah, it's a messenger little part in there. If you go on the notifications, people actually send you a message. I didn't know that. It was over there. And I was like, yeah, I'll address that. I'll address that. I'll do a video on my take on affordable denim. Also, the grail thing was in there a while ago. I didn't do it. Somebody asked me about watches, and I'm kind of leery of doing things that aren't sneaker centric, okay? Because then you start taking your channel elsewhere. Like I was really apprehensive about the denim thing, which I actually prepped a video on a long time ago and I scrapped it. But then I basically said, hey, if I could do it where it's affordable. I'm always talking about saving people money. I just put these are the jeans that I wear, right? And I have a lot of clothing, period. A lot of clothing, but I do have some jeans that I wear a little bit more than others. And I'm going to talk about that in that video when I drop it. Yeah, Snooch, look in your settings. A lot of us look at YouTube via this device and you don't get everything, but due to the size of the screen limitations, you just don't look that far into it. And you go in there and play around and everything. Like I told you, Hangouts is going away on Google. All right, I'm not even on Hangouts. I'm on the actual beta thing that they did because it was glitching a whole lot. But they're getting rid of the Hangouts merger with YouTube. I think in a few weeks. It said August, if I'm not mistaken. So this is going to be the thing. And I noticed while a lot of people do live streams, is that YouTube drops a lot of commercials on your live stream. It's their way of generating revenue, and also you make a little bit too. So you're seeing a lot of sneaker YouTubers going away from your traditional edited videos. But I don't think you can get away with that because sometimes you don't get people that creative approach to it. It's kind of quirky if you're live with your phone and everybody doesn't have a high-end phone, if you will. This is a Note 8. I can shoot in 4K on this thing. All right, but the compression thing's a little different as well. And I've done it. It depends on your signal. It might not look great. So those are the limitations of going live on your device. So the edited videos aren't going anywhere, in my opinion. Yeah. I've been watching the U.S. track and field championships. Track and field is my first love. I gave up football and focused on track and field because I kept getting hurt playing football. And I'm always into it. So those are some of the things. I actually have a video on non-sneaker YouTube channels that I watch. I got a video on that. And that's going to be interesting. Yeah, some people add too many ads, and I get it. I don't want to say that. You get to see some of us who are in it purely for the culture, and those are in it for a check. Because you could tell by the sheer number of commercials. I seldom have. Actually, I let YouTube auto put the commercials in there. I let them do their thing most of the time. Now if I feel like it's like a 20-minute video and there aren't many ads in anything like that, I might drop one in the middle or something like that. Give me a couple of pennies, if you will. But you'll see somebody do you'll see somebody do a 15-minute video and they have like 6 ads in there. I'm like, come on, man. Come on. All right. Even if you don't put the comments in your video where you can like the suggested videos, a little block that comes across the top of my video saying check out this video or whatever. If my rule of thumb is this, if my video is 10 minutes long and they give you the option to put 5 suggested videos, I do it every 2 minutes. That way it's not something popping up on the screen all the time. And I break it up. So it's like, what was that? What was that? Because it also counts the click away from it as well. So I try to space it out to give you a chance to pretty much check the other videos out with the watch time being on it to kind of hold your engagement. There's some yeah, I watch a lot of sports, movies. Like I love watching Marvel movies and stuff like that because I was into the comic books. football. One of my, I'm going to go ahead and tell you, one of my favorite channels to watch is a guy named Flimlo Raps. And I came across Flimlo Raps when I used to play NCAA football 14. They got rid of the NCAA football series, and he used to do like this storyline thing on there. And it was cool how he created a story for his created teams and characters and stuff. Then Last Chance U came out, if you're familiar with that show on Netflix, and I was hooked on it. So Finlo basically would do his Cisco and Ebert thing on the show and give a review on it. And he's so good at storytelling that he just holds you. And he blew up. He blew up. Pretty much this is all he does. He made like a guest appearance on Last Chance U. It's pretty dope. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. He is on his way. He tells stories about what happened to so and so that played football in college or the NFL. Is awesome. Yeah, I watch a lot of that conspiracy stuff too. I'm a bit of a geek. Like to be honest, within the last 3 to 4 months, I've been watching more YouTube channel type stuff than your traditional, actually, I don't even watch TV. I have Sling and Netflix and a bunch of APKs. That's it. I don't watch regular TV. It's not my thing. It's nothing really on regular TV that says I need to watch it. You know, it is. And you see, they got a nice channel package too. I would say Sling is probably one of the more affordable ones with the blue and depending on your watch style. Then you got PlayStation has View, which has a good channel lineup. Then YouTube is pretty affordable and cheap. I mean, if you got cable, that's on you. Cable has been a waste of money for me since when did I start doing my Fire Stick thing? 2014, mid 2014. Like soon as one of my friends who was stationed in Germany, she told me about it, and her husband were doing that because they wanted to watch stuff back home, and that's when Power was really starting to pop. And she's like, "You don't have that? Hey, what's up, Colin? I'm good. What about yourself?" Yeah. So I was like, "What?" They're like, "Oh, come on." And the thing about it, I actually heard about was it it's something TV, IPN TV, where when I was in Korea, way back in 2009, I had neighbors who were military affiliated, and that's how they were watching their games and their shows and stuff like that. And I just never set it up. I was watching DVDs all the time, and I had cable via the very exchange service. I had that, but when I got back a few years later, that's when I got into the whole Fire Stick thing and stuff like that. And it was wide open back then. A lot of people still weren't familiar with it, and a lot of the internet providers didn't know what to do with it. So you had more access. Then once I realized they were cracking down, and my little bit of computer knowledge and skill, I was like, I need to get a VPN. So I installed VPNs on my devices. Right now, I'm running Fire TV boxes. That's what I'm running because I like to add additional storage to it for my additional APKs and all that other good stuff. Let me get caught up. Jordan 23, what's your opinion on hypebeast? I feel like they're ruining the sneaker game and not giving actual sneakerheads any credit. All right. You're right. Um, hypebeasts are probably the worst thing that's happened to the sneaker culture. Back in the day, you didn't have these collaborations to push what would have been an inferior shoe, hands down. And here's my example. You take away Kanye's name from the Adidas line, nothing happens to those shoes. That shoe doesn't even have those additional models. Trust me, it's the name awareness and name affiliation. That's it. But shout out to Kanye for getting his I think he gets like 3% off his total sales of Yeezys. And you look at the sheer amount of Yeezys being sold, he's making quite a bit from that. But yeah, hype beasts are the worst. They are the worst. I mean, it's price, collaboration, and limitation. That's all they're after. And in social media, if they can't keep pumping that stuff in your face, Like, oh, hypothetically speaking, you know, Bill Bixby has the Laney fives now. You got to get those. They only made 500, and that's all they want. And it is like Supreme. Supreme is a good example of why hype beast crap doesn't make sense. It's like a $5 T-shirt with the box logo on it, and they sell it for $85. Yeah. hmm And what's terrible is that you have people who do what a lot of us on here do, a lot of sneaker YouTubers, and we use the influence thing and just keep throwing it in people's face. Hey, you should get this. 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 And suddenly you start drinking the Kool-Aid. Let me see. Direct TV. I'm trying to get caught up with everybody. It's moving a little bit. Red Zone. I don't. I've never had a subscription like that, but I'm gonna give y'all a tip. Reddit. Reddit is your friend if you want to watch NFL games. That's all I'm going to say. I don't want YouTube taking me down, but get to know Reddit. All right. Do that. Now, I'm not going to say anything else because, yeah, they might come after me. But everything you need to see is on Reddit. Let me see what else I'm at. Yeah, no doubt. I do agree with you. Hands down. I can't stand hype beasts. They're the worst. Um, Big Baller Brand. All right, I'm gonna give you my honest take on Big Baller Brand. I like what he did. Okay. Now, if you don't know anything about creating an original mold for a sneaker that did not exist, it is expensive. Hence the price on the shoes. Good stuff. Minority business. Good stuff. His marketing plan, amazing. Making it somewhat viable, incredible. Having a couple of vehicles to push it, awesome. That's 5 things. What I didn't like, does not look very original, and of course the pricing, and he couldn't sustain what he was doing because of the pricing. That's it. And his sons didn't rise to prominence like he did, and play well enough for that shoe to be in demand. Now I do think in about 5 to 10 years those are going to be in demand as far as like a collector's type thing. But they pretty much, when they came out, they looked like Kobe, um, like the Mambas. They look like Kobe Mamba knockoffs. Remember the black Kobe with the perforations on it, with the gold hits and stuff like that. They were selling pretty well, but then they started popping up in Ross. It looks like he basically took that shoe and remixed it. He pulled a P Diddy on it. So where am I at? Yeah, they did. They did. And I'm hoping that OG Rafa pops up on here because he was on Big Baller Brand. He jumped on that early. So Rafa, if you make some money in a few years off of it, shout out to you. But I never liked those shoes. I don't like Kobe sneakers. No diss to Kobe, but back in the day he had those Audi 5000s, those silver Audis, those moon boot. I can't talk today. Those moon boot joints, the silver and black ones. Ooh, they were horrible. When he's with Adidas, possibly, possibly. Shaq wants to buy Reebok, but Reebok is owned by Adidas, so it'd be interesting if he pulls out. I actually have a pair of Shaq Gnosis, dead stock, dead stock. I got them for like $27 or something at Shoe City back in 2014. And matter of fact, these infrared joints I got right here, I bought those at the same time, and they're going up in price a little bit. Yeah, I'm not the Protros. I can't rock with. I'm not a Kobe sneaker fan. I've tried to like them, and the military exchange stores, they get them all the time. The Mamba Rages, even though they even had the like the hypnosis ones, the holograms, whatever they were, they had those. I just can't rock with them. You know, yeah, I just can't rock with them. It's sneakers got to speak to me. And if I'm like, man, I can't wear those in a fashionable manner, I'm not going to mess with them. I'm not going to mess with them. That's just me. You know? Yeah, no doubt. I sold a pair of Ewing. They were camouflage, like tan and green. Now they're clunky. The Ewings are very bulky, very cool sneaker. Um, but the cut of them is kind of odd. Kind of odd. Like we had what's the name of it? DTLR. The DTLR outlet in Glen, I think it's Pasadena, Glen Burnie, Maryland, just south of Baltimore. They had like so many pairs and stuff like that. I think they gave Rick Ross a pair. I think Reason Clothing had a collaboration with them as well. But they look cool. But they're very bulky sneakers. Hmm. Actually, the I said I can't talk today. I said actually, um, the Adidas released a Challenger, if I'm not mistaken. The Knicks colorway, I think they were kind of limited. Patrick Ewing wore those originally. I actually had those before. So I had those back in the day. That was his original sneaker, and then he got his own. Yeah, but shout out to Patrick Ewing for having his own brand of sneaker, though, and for being such a prominent player. That's good stuff. It's kind of Jamal Mashburnish with the business angles and stuff. Yeah, look him up. Look him up. Yep. But yeah, a lot of times these sneakers, if they do collaborations, you take away that name, nobody wants them at all. Nobody wants the shoe at all. All right, thanks, Colin. Thanks for checking in. I know it's late for a lot of you, especially on the East Coast. It's 12:04 out there. It's 11 out here. I'm not gonna hold y'all too long tonight, man. I'm not gonna hold y'all. I took a nap earlier, so I'm kind of wide awake. So pardon my energy if I'm a little bit amped up and you guys aren't. Um, I just sleep when I'm good and ready a lot of times. But yeah, okay, cool, cool. Get your sleep, man. Yeah, I like the Shaq Gnosis. I got the black and purple joints. The black and purple joints. Uh, the toy yellow ones. Um, those are ones with the barcode on the back, right? Well, that's what we're talking about. The ones with the yellow white with the yellow swoosh. Yeah, they got some cool sneakers. They got some cool sneakers. Oh, okay. All right, cool. Cool. Like I said, I've been behind on releases. I haven't really checked out. As a matter of fact, today I almost walked into Foot Locker, but I got there a little late because I went to dinner, and there's a Foot Locker right around the corner from the pizza and salad shop I like to frequent, but they closed at 7, I think, something like that. And yeah, it was like 7:30 when I got there. Yeah, the 33 high. Yeah, I'm not feeling those. I'm not feeling those at all. You're right. The ones that define or something like they call them. I'm not feeling those. From time to time, Jordan Brand releases an unnecessary sneaker. That's what I call it. It's like they had pieces of material left over from other shoes and go, oh, we can make something out of this. Let's see. They'll buy it. Oh, yeah. Man, the original, and I talked about this a few times in some videos, y'all. A lot of times when we get those first pictures of a sneaker, they use like the worst camera ever. They use like an iPhone 3 or something. And you really can't tell what's going on with the fine details of the material. And you're like, okay, all right, that's dope. You say shattered backboard, everybody's like, you say shattered backboard? You say shattered backboard? You said shattered. Let's look. So you're going in. All right, cool. All right. Then suddenly you start seeing more, higher quality pictures and stuff like that. And that's what happens to me. I was like, why do they look shiny? What's going on? But as the pictures started to release more and more, I got to see them, and I was like, nah, you know. These ain't it, Chief. In the words of Hustle Man. These ain't, but people are gonna buy them. Don't worry about it. People are gonna buy them. The sneaker that I'm looking for, and hopefully I'm able to get my finesse game on, and is the satin shattered backboards for the ladies. You know, small foot game in effect. You know, if they drop that 10 and a half, 11 ladies, I'm on it. Oh, once you said, yeah, Corey, Migos, come on, man. Those guys dress horribly anyway. So it looked like something you would wear. One thing, that crinkly, shiny thing, messed up. That vintage, just, you know, kind of age soul sale thing, messed up. Okay. I don't even think they should have put like the shattered backboard name on it. Just let the streets call it that. You know how we want to call everything that looks close to something, like the South Beach thing I talked about last time. Let the streets, you know, misname them. Yeah, no doubt. I got to get those. Got to get those. I'm telling you guys, being that I wear a 9.5 of most shoes, I got to be on it. I will miss a pair in a heartbeat. That's the money size, you know. It's the money size. I like the Psg Sixes. All right. The Paris Saint Germains, the soccer team. You know, in case people were wondering, I like those. I didn't like the ones. I didn't like the PSG ones, which they were highly available for a lot of people. I was like, I don't like those. The fives are pretty cool, but it was pretty much a metallic five with some badging on it. Yeah. I do like the sixes though. Those are cool. I like the patterns as well. Those are a cool sneaker. Yeah, the patterns were cool. Yeah, but the PSG six, I'm not the Travis Scotts. I like that Houston Oilers blue colorway. I like the purple that was friends and family. That's super limited. Then after that, I'm not thrilled about the Travis Scott ones nor the lows. Even the sixes is coming out with the weed pouch on the side. I said it. It's one of those hype things. You know, I think you take away the name and people are kind of like, yeah, oh, reversible swoosh. I don't know. Trust me, if Travis Scott name wasn't on that one with the reverse swoosh, people are like, why'd you do that? Think about the Air Force One when they put the big swoosh on it, and people were like, I don't like that. It's the same thing. Yeah, they would have. They would have. So you brought up a good point, and I talked about it. This my OCD is bothering me. I gotta fix it. The smoked out sole on the icy sole, if you will. You know, the translucent sole. Pardon me. I like this. All right, I like this, which means over time you won't be able to tell that it's age, and it's going to last for a while. I like when they do this, and they don't do it that often, and it's probably for a reason. You know, being that people like to replace their shoes, but this smoked out, translucent sole, that's going to last for a very long time. The shoe is going to hold up. These were like sleeper dope. You know, a lot of people didn't like them because of the hypebeast thing. They wanted the like Mike Gatorade greens, and these kind of hit the outlets and all that good stuff. And now people can't find them. And guess what? A lot of people want them now. Dope sneaker though. Dope sneaker. And it goes with a lot of stuff. You can green, white, black, orange, all that good stuff. You could do all that, man. You know, you probably can still find a pair for a decent price out there. But you know how it is when something's a general release, people hate on it, and that's just the way it is. You know, it's sad. Like if you can walk in the store and buy it, nobody wants it, and that's really unfortunate. You know, when it comes to sneakers, like I just walked in and got those, and I don't quite understand that. You know. I think everybody should be able to buy a shoe. That's that. Oh yeah, heck yeah. You know, the Travis Scott thirst quenchers or something. You know how it works. You know how it works. It's crazy like that. The sneaker game is actually I'm old school turquoise. I like to walk in the store. That's the way I came up. I like to be able to touch the shoe, especially if I've never seen it before. I'm always antsy about ordering clothing and shoes online. I've ordered quite a few pairs of shoes online, but I do prefer to walk in the store and buy the shoe, try it on, and get a good feel. Because shipping it back is a headache after you've already waited 5, 7 days to get the shoe. Oh yeah, I remember the hustler dudes back in the day. They would walk into the sneaker store and leave their old pair and then walk out with the new pair. You know, just to stunt, to show off. Yeah. That's always wonder when I was a kid before I saw that. They're like, you want these? Who you gonna put these in a box? I'm like, huh? Yeah, but people wearing them out. Yeah. And I think that's how online is. Um, the problem we're seeing now is like the malls are almost outlet. Like they're putting the heat online and it's like straight GRs in the store a lot of times. You know, and that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. The Grand Hills, I got feeler, you know, I got some feelers in there. I was already with them. When I was in, I can't remember what they gave us. When I was at Coppin State, they were sponsored by Fila, the basketball team, because they had made it to the finals and knocked off a few teams back in the mid '90s. And I can't remember if it was the Mashburns or the Grant Hills they gave us, because I got two pairs of sneakers from them, and they were white. These were my college colors back then. I had those. I think they were the Grant Hills, if I'm not mistaken, that I had, because they gave us two pairs of sneakers. Yeah, yeah. Like it's been shoes I've seen online, and when I got to see them in person, I'm like, oh, I don't even want those. You know, it changes my mind just being able to touch the shoe. You're like, yeah, I'm glad I didn't buy those. Or, you see them, get them in hand, you're like, oh, these look way better than I thought, and you just get a better appreciation for being able to touch the shoe. That's just my opinion. That's my opinion. Exactly, Jordan 3-3. You know, buy what you like, y'all. And I talk about this in an upcoming video. Back in the day when I was a kid growing up, we had this comedy, well, pardon me, a cartoon show host. We had like 2 hours of cartoons would come on after school. And the host name was Captain Chesapeake, like Captain Kangaroo. We had Captain Chesapeake. And when he ended the show, he used to always say, kids, be somebody important, be yourself. A lot of people have this desire to be accepted instead of wearing what they like. And trust me, I say it too. If somebody's so concerned about you having and wearing something, they should buy it for you. Other than that, their opinions mean nothing. Yep. I wear what I like. Well, I got like 14 pairs of Sauconys. I got Vans, Harachis, one pair of Chucks. You name it. You name it. Um, I got the Iverson, Jadakiss, top five did a lot. A lot of people didn't like that. I like them because it's got 3M on them. Yeah. The swoosh packet. They didn't sell really well and they pulled them. You know, now they're starting to creep back out there. That removable swoosh is not new. There's a soccer brand called Lotto that was really popping when I was a kid, like late '80s, early '90s, and you could switch them out. You could switch out the different colors on there. So that's where Nike got the removable swoosh from. Even there was a pair of phone posits that released early last year that were like that too. I'm gonna have to check that out. Like I said, I've been really sleeping on sneaker releases and things like that. I've known I would get on there and just start searching and looking for stuff. And I've been pretty bad with that. Yeah, the All-Star foams. Yep, the All-Star foams. I had back in the day, I didn't rock foams. I didn't because back in Baltimore, it had a legal connotation behind them. A lot of the dope boys wore phones because they were 230, 250, and they called them dopes. So I wanted nothing to do with that sneaker. Then just recently, I think I bought my first pair of phones in 2018. I bought the Legion Green joints. I'm like, man, I've been sleeping on these. But they're a unique fit. You got to wear them to break them in. And I'm just now starting to break in my Legion Greens and my Pearl Pink joints. I'm gonna check them out. Yeah, I'm gonna check those out. You can't go wrong with some forces, man. They'll do stuff to them that make you not like that particular pair, but the Air Force One isn't going anywhere. And the thing with foams, if you can find a pair of foams under 179, you have a win. Stores do not like to put foams on sale lower than 179. If you see a 139, it's probably the last shoot. Now, when I was up in Grand Prairie a couple of weeks ago, about a month ago almost, yeah, a couple of weeks ago, they had the navy blue with the gum bottom, and they were 139. And I didn't get them. Like I'm kind of kicking myself a little bit. I should have gotten them for the sake of getting. I know it's a colorway I would have rocked a lot. I love gun bottoms. I love navy, but I was like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Now I'm kicking myself because I didn't get them. Oh yeah, the Cortez, the gangsters. That's what we call them. You know I had a pair. I haven't had a pair of Cortez. A pair of Cortez since 1990. I had a black pair and I had a navy blue pair. And back then, the front part of the waffle sole would like chip off. It would break off. So I'm sure they fixed that flaw. That was a big problem with the Cortez back in the day. Oh, I take that back. I got a pair of white and purple ones. Um, it was like a special edition when they were at the outlets, and I think I got them for like $18. Um, Found out that they still aren't very sturdy, so they kind of hurt, and I wound up selling them. I feel like I don't like I done bought 1,000 Air Force Ones in my lifetime instead of trying to protect them from creasing. The minute I look down, I look at the creasing near the toe and yeah, I think they did that on purpose before they came out with the LVO8 because they knew everyone. It was like like you were stunting on people if you had multiple pairs. I gotta have at least 3 pairs of forces, and they were putting this crappy leather on them. Then people complained. They came out with the LVO8, um, more tumble, more higher quality leather, and they don't crease as bad now. Yeah, foams the toe part, the front of the toe is very narrow, but you have to wear them. They actually like kind of form after a while and expand to your foot. That's why I wasn't wearing my Legion greens. I was like, man, my feet hurt, but they were so cool looking. Even my pearl joints that I got for like I think $79. Shout out to my young homie that he no longer works at that store. He's off doing bigger and better things. But he hooked me up. He hooked me up. You know. Yeah, yeah. You think about Doc? Did you see the Dr. Dre video where he had like this rows of Air Force Ones, kind of like Fat Joe? You know, remember he licked the sole and everything. It was like that's all he wore was all black and white Air Force Ones. Yeah, they do that and the Just Do It's. The Just Do It Air Force Ones. They super tumble leather. There's a sneaker I slept on. I should have gotten them. And now those things, the resale on them has gone up a little bit to be an Air Force One. Yeah, the Rockefeller joints wasn't much to them. Only a few stores got them here in San Antonio. And I was like, oh, it's just the Rockefeller symbol on the back. But looking back, they do have great, great material on them. So that's good stuff. So what do y'all think about some of StockX's like market employees? First, they used to cut up fake sneakers. They would put it on the bench saw and cut them up. They caught some heat for that. People's like, why don't you just donate the shoe since it's fake? You know, somebody that's in need doesn't care if the shoe is real or not. They just need a pair of shoes. So now they're burning shoes. Okay. They're burning shoes. Whoever is in charge of StockX's marketing advertising department doesn't understand public relations at all. At all. And what they're looking at is like if you're younger, they don't get it. Any social media movement, you know, on an upward scale is good to them, but it's killing them because it's pulling in negative attention. It's like a sign of glut. I'm terrified of StockX, and I said it in the video. They offer a really good service, like a gray market service, if you will, an alternate market, secondary market, if you will. Excuse me. Gray market is kind of like the illegals. Well, for what I'm about to get into, the sheer number of shoes that come in that they have to authenticate, legit check, and the human factor that's involved. You have been standing at a table for 8 hours doing this. Oh, that looks good. Click, put the tag on it, gets through. You've been doing that for 8 hours, but you're an authenticator. You say you know what you're looking at. Over time, you're going to make mistakes. And it got to the point where the Travis Scott ones kind of exposed them on their QA/QC side. If you aren't familiar with the term, quality assurance, quality control, meaning that we guarantee that our product is of good quality, and quality control means that we don't allow bad things to slide through. Well, when the guy did the video saying that he had sold countless pairs of Travis Scott one highs and they weren't legit and they were out there in the sneaker ecosystem and people were buying them, I was like, oh my goodness. I'd already suspected that. Now, the other thing too is that they've had sneakers on their site for sale that weren't released yet. However, Cross the Water had them. So you're like, what is going on here? Mm-hmm. Yeah. But they got kind of cocky and brash about things, and that's what I didn't like. I don't like that at all. So they're going at it with people in the comments on Instagram. Oh yeah, we donate shoes and all. So I'm like, you shouldn't have to explain yourself if you're doing the right thing. So whoever's running your social media should be arm in arm with their public relations team because they're starting to kind of tamper with their brand a little bit where the trust isn't there. You know, it's starting to dwindle where people, it's either, I don't care, I want the shoes, so I'm going to buy it from them, or I don't believe the hype. You know, they're dancing with that 50-50 split right there. And I think they're going to wind up hurting themselves at some point by doing that. Just stop doing that, okay? Stop doing it. Stop feeling like you have to address the fake thing all the time. It's kind of like when I was watching all these rappers back in the day take shots at Jay-Z, and Jay-Z never addressed them until he did one song, you know, Dig a Hole. And that was it. He left it alone, you know? Now what they do sometimes is send you one real shoe and one fake. Wow, so they're splitting up the shoes. Mm-mm-mm. Story time. Story time, my good people. Speaking of one shoe and one other shoe, to this day I catch flack for this. So I went to my local friendly standalone Foot Locker that I like to frequent. Good people over there, even though a lot of the team is leaving. Um, and I decided to get someone a gift. What this person paid Harachis, and in my excitement for the price, I made a mistake. I normally never ever do this, but being the level of friendliness that I had with the staff, got the shoe, got home, you know, was all excited and everything. Hey, look what I got you. Two different size shoes. But they didn't tell me till they got home. So yeah, check out your shoes, y'all. Yeah, check out the shoes. I catch heat over that pair of shoes all the time because they want to wear them and like I can't wear them because one shoe is smaller than the other. and it's a freaking Huarache. So if you know anything about the Huaraches, they're cut pretty small, and you don't have wiggle room when it's a half size. Matter of fact, I don't even own any more Huarache runners because I have to get a size 10. I wear 9, 9.5, and they're like boots. So I sold them. Yeah, so just sell that shoe. Don't keep the shoe and keep reminding me of my mistake. Yeah, so check your shoes when you buy your shoes, y'all. Another situation that I ran into was I bought a pair of Jordan 5s, and they didn't have the lace lock, the flight suit 5s. They're back here somewhere. But the flight suit 5s, the royal blue joints, not the red ones, the royal blue joints, and the lace locks. I got in my car. I was gonna do a video in there, and I opened the box. Once again, same store and everything, and it was missing the lace locks. I went back and was like, "Hey, where are the lace locks?" The guy comes out, "Oh, my bad." I don't know what they were doing with the shoe, but the guy had the lace locks. So I've been, butt out with that. Then what winds up happening is that I wind up breaking the lace locks. But I had a pair of what were those? They were too big. I just got them because I wanted them. The white and infrared, what's those things? Son of Mars highs. I love the Son of Mars highs. And I wound up selling those, but I kept the lace lock. The person didn't care. They wanted them, and they were too big. I had a 10.5. I got them from Marshalls for like $30 or something. Yeah. The great 5s, yeah, no doubt. You can find the great 5s out there in decent shape, about 180, 190 sometimes. Yeah. Yeah. I love 5s, man. I love 5s. Even though I said it, the soul is going to get me at some point. But I love 5s. I do. Favorite Jordan 1? What's up, Dylan Baker? Is the Chicago 1 high? All right. If you missed the first part of the video, as we're talking about, yeah, a lot of people don't like Son of Mars. I like Fusion. Well, I take that back. I love some of the Fusion Jordans. I don't like the 6 rings. There's a few other ones out there. I like the Son of Mars highs. I have a pair of Son of Mars lows because I have a jersey that I wear with them. I got them for a ridiculous price. What else is out there? 6 rings, Son of Mars. Help me if I lose my mind. But the Son of Mars are dope. They are. Like, oh, those are Frankenstein sneakers. Who would buy those? They're cool. Yeah, the legacies. I had the 312 legacies. A lot of people don't like those. And once again, it goes back to the hypebeast thing. The Don C iteration of the 312. Everybody was all over and everything. Then something happened with the collaboration where you stopped seeing that box that they came with, and the hype went down. And now you can find the 312s for $79, $69. That's not a bad shoe, everyone. Basically, what my 312s have done, I have the cement, the black cement 312s. It has inhibited me from wearing my cement 3s, which are up here somewhere. It's a 4, 4, 4, 3, 3. Is it? No. They're probably over here somewhere. Black, red. Oh, here they are. So these joints are still dead stock. It was a late birthday find for me. Shout out to Shoe Palace. I don't buy a lot of my retro release from Shoe Palace because I don't get my discount. But I stumbled upon these at a brand new shoe. Well, it was brand new. And it was like a month and a half after the release that I found these. But if you look at the 312 Legacy, I'm talking to you guys over here. The Dub Zeros, I had a few pairs of those. I sold them all. I couldn't rock with the Dub Zeros anymore. I sold them. But these are straight dead stock. But the 312 Legacies and the black cement kind of look like this a whole lot. So this is why I haven't worn them. And I think I was talking to Q the Queen one time. on her channel about this. I was like, it's kept me from wearing my cement threes. Straight this side here, all that good stuff. I know somebody who passed on these and they're kicking themselves. $90 they could have got themselves a pair. Yeah. I'm gonna have to fix that. But anyway, I'm gonna have shoes all over the place once the live is over. But yeah, the 312s aren't bad. They don't have bad material on them at all. But you know, hypebeast and oh, those are GR. Why would you get those? Those are Frankenstein's. The futures, I can't rock with the futures. That's another one. I can't rock with the futures. A lot of people like the futures. I personally don't like them. I don't like the weave material on them. That's just me. But like I said, it's your money. I'm not going to bad talk to it. Why do you have those? That's your money. You bought them, and I know you're doing what you need to do with those. Obviously, yeah, I'm not a fan of the futures, and those things were everywhere at one point. A lot of people use the futures to soul swap on their 11s. So the futures do have a very, very important place for a lot of people. You know, you look on YouTube, you're going to see that. But a lot of people use the futures as soul swap material. They do. The Laker top 3 mids. Yeah, they're pretty good. I think the Laker name on that shoe is a bit of a stretch. I think had they made the swoosh purple instead of the purple hits on the tongue and stuff like that, it would be more of a Laker colorway. And to me, it's kind of like a yellow with black Laker, which they do have a jersey variation of that. But they did put good materials on those. Yeah, yeah. I think one of the sleeper mids out there. I think I got them. I was looking at them earlier. Yeah. This is one of the sleeper mids right here. When these dropped, they sold out everywhere. They sold out everywhere. Actually, I had somebody at a store. I'm not going to name the store. You know, keep everybody protected out there. He told me to come back on a certain day, and that's how I got my pair. But these top 3 mids are dope. And unlike the actual top 3 high, they don't do the alternating toe boxes and stuff, the color blocking. It's all the same. So I do like these. These are more uniform, but I don't own the top 3 highs, but I'm going to get those eventually. But these are fire, right? Yeah. What y'all think about these? Really? Yeah, a lot of people like that. A lot of people said that. They're like, yeah, I like these because they're more uniform. It's a different look. And these are dead stock. I actually tried these on. You know, I didn't walk around, I just loosen them up. Actually, I was going to wear them. I changed my mind. As you see, the lace is still attached. And you know the mids were popping when you had these big name sneaker YouTubers who were bashing the mids, suddenly doing videos on top. Oh, these are great shoes, this and that. I'm like, stop it. Keep the same energy. You're faking the funk. Even the Cross the Water folks got in on the mid hustle a few months ago, and they were bootlegging these. It was crazy was they were selling these for the price I was getting at the military exchange. I was like, I paid $88 for my mids and $96 for the special edition ones, and here you are on your sites. Because I look at that stuff. I look at that stuff because it gives me a good indicator of what's coming. So you have the turbo greens in the neutral grays, and there's a light green version of those as well. If you look on those sites, you'll see them. That shoe's coming. That shoe has been on a lot of those sites for months. and they're releasing that shoe. Hey, appreciate it, Dylan. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. I'm retired though. Oh man. Now, if you think about getting racks, that's what you're gonna have to deal with, is putting these things back in there and all that good stuff. Instead of your old drop front box thing. I probably won't go that route. I like my boxes. And once you get drop front boxes, you have a dilemma. Either you have a place to store your boxes or you get rid of your boxes. That's what most people wrestle with. You know? Yeah, appreciate it. Salute. Hold on. These emojis. The yellow toe. Oh, those are fire. I like those. I like them. They're kind of like a flip of the New Love. I do like those. I have the New Love Jordan 1 mids. I do like those. I do like them. Yeah. Now, let's talk about the drop front boxes. If your sneaker collection isn't massive, all right, you got about 50 pairs and below, yeah, by all means, go out to the drop front boxes. That's not a huge collection. It's a big collection. But being able to get caught up on your collection around the 50 mark, and depending on how you spend in with the sales and stuff like that, you'll be able to, if you buy, you do the math on that, 8 boxes of 6, you're buying those every month or whatever, or twice a month. You'll be able to stack those up and all that good stuff. The return. Man, I heard of those. Jordan 1 High to return. Let me look that up. That sounds familiar because I want to say I had a conversation about that. Jordan 1. Oh, okay. That sneaker is a combination of the Jordan 2. Yeah. It's got that sole. It's like the Chicago with the Jordan 2 sole on it if you look at it closely. I'm looking at it now. It's got the Jordan 2 sole on it. That sneaker, heck, I think they hit clearance racks a while ago. I remember seeing this, and I wasn't even rocking retros back then. Yeah. It's a Chicago. Everything else is a Chicago, but the sole it's like a Jordan 1.5. The sole is a Jordan 2. If you look at it, especially towards the midsole, right around the halfway through the swoosh, if you look at the bottom, it's got the indentation like the Jordan 2 has. So that's the difference. I knew I remember that sneaker. 18s, it's a very luxurious sneaker. It's got like that driving shoe type thing. I don't like the look of them. That's my thing. I cut it off at the 13s. 13 and below, I'm cool with. I do have a pair of 32s, so I like them. Got some black and gold joints. Very comfortable, by the way. But 13 and below, I'm not even a fan of the 14s. I know Pete like, what? We talked about that. Yeah. Yeah, not a fan of the anything 14 and up besides the 32s that I have. That's just me. Even the 33s, I like the red joints. They grew on me. I slept too long because those things dropped down to 119, and I can't find my size. But then again, I do have a lot of red sneakers. But as far as technology, that sneaker is eons ahead as far as hooping technology. But as far as a casual look, it's a tough shoe to style because of that tongue and that heel portion that's elevated. Yeah. I mean, you got to eject yourself out of the shoe and all that stuff. but still a very, very dope sneaker. Very dope sneaker. I want those red joints though. I do want those. That's crazy. You know, I had the shoe this whole time and didn't realize that back tab came up. Almost 10 years, I didn't realize that part came up. That's crazy. I was just looking at it. The countdown pack, red 18, but I had to get rid of it. So, you ever had remorse of like getting rid of a sneaker, but due to circumstance, you had to let it go or whatever? Maybe you need the money, or you felt like you could replace something. Like, man, I should have held on to that shoe. Anyone been in that situation? Recent sneakers purchase. I never hit on anything on sneakers. I just sneakers is on my phone. This is an app. I stopped a long time ago. I cannot remember the last thing I bought off the sneakers app. I can't. It's been well over a year. I don't hit on anything. The bots are out of control. Yeah, I do too. The packs need to come back. The last thing they were doing that I think they saw that it failed was the defining moment joint with the 14 and the 13 in it. That went for like almost $500, and you can find it now. I've seen that pack for $180, $180, because people are like, that's too much. That's too much. And I got it. They had two $250 sneakers in that pack. There's I'll let you guys see if you're watching. There was a sneaker YouTuber, and I'm not gonna say his name for the sake of controversy and everything, but this person made a huge stink about this pack, and he later on did a sneaker collection, and that pack wasn't there anymore. So the allegation was that they took the pack back. I really think they took it back because it was $500. No, I actually have that. I have that pack. It's an alumni 2 in the Converse Fast Break Jordan 23. It's got oh man, it's white, blue, red, and black. I have that pack in it. I got it for like $119. Oh, shoot, I'm gonna cop it too. Definitely I'll let you know. I've been seeing like 10 and a half to 11 in that pack. Right, what I'm talking about, this one is in a black and gold box, and it's got the play that Phil Jackson put in for Jordan, I think, to beat the Trailblazers. And it was like they can't win or something like that. They pulled us off. That's like one of the quotes, and it has like a stat line. It's a cool pack. But I have the one that you're talking about, Jordan 23. Yeah, $500, man. $500. I have limitations, seriously, where it's not that I don't have it. It's like I'm not paying that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Like $250 and down. And even still, if it's $250 and down, I probably did something to acquire some of the money. So I don't want to pay $250 straight out the account out of my pocket. I'm probably gonna sell off something or whatever. Like, I have limitations. That's just me. I'm like, man, it's a shoe, and I have a lot of shoes behind me, obviously, but I seldom pay full price for anything. And that's just me. Thank you. Yeah, exactly, man. That 250 is, I can't rock with it. Yeah, I'm gonna check them out. I'm gonna check them out. Yeah, 250 is can't that's the cutoff. And remember the cap and gowns dropped, and everybody was like, "Oh, I gotta get them," but then people realized like it was 250 plus tax. They weren't doing any discounts on them most places, so you know, people were like basically going ham over that shoe. But it kind of let Jordan Brand know that some people were willing to pay that much. And that's when you start seeing more of the 225s, 220s, and 200 prices creeping up on us. And it's been a massive failure a lot of times. You know, that 225 has not worked out for a lot of people. You know, well, Jordan Brand, a lot of the sneakers you see go for 225 just hang out for a while. Like that one, you know. No, this one. Yeah, this one right here. That Tinker 3. What? Last time I got some sneakers from PA, I went to the Lancaster outlet, which was like 50 minutes from me. Yeah, no sales tax on shoes. That's insane. You're right, Dylan. That price, people are like, I'm not paying that. That's crazy. But my good people, it is time for me to jump off here. It is almost 12 o'clock in my part of the world, and I am going to be laying it down. You don't have to be anywhere, but it's getting late for the sake of you guys. I'm going to shut it down. It's always a pleasure to chat with you guys, and I'm going to make it. What's a good time to jump on here for everybody, despite your timeline? Let me know. All right. Mm-hmm. What's a good time for me to do this live thing so I can start pulling people in? Let me know. 10 p.m. Somebody say anytime. Who else? Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate you too. 10 p.m. 8. All right. Got a 10, got a 10, got a 10, got an 8, got an 8, got an 8, got an 8, got a 10, gonna get a 9, gonna get a 9, gonna get a So I'm gonna go with 9. All right, I'm trying to shoot for 9. Okay. I'm gonna try to shoot for 9 o'clock to do these lives. And hopefully I can pull people in and send the links and stuff like that if you want to go live with me. And oh, dang, I forgot. I hate mixing, skipping people. Jerry King, before I go, what's your favorite sneaker? What do you say? Oops. Come on now. Don't do me like that. Come on, touchscreen. Jerry King said, what's your favorite sneaker that people consider ugly? Jordan 2s. I like Jordan 2s. A lot of people don't like Jordan 2s. I like them. You know, I like Sauconys. I like a lot of sneakers people don't like. You know, some of the, like we talked about, the Son of Mars. People don't like the Son of Mars. Answer Jerry King's question. I didn't see that, man. Sorry about that. I try to stay engaged with you guys. But like I said, come on. All right, so 9 o'clock. We're gonna shoot for 9 o'clock, everybody. Next time I jump on here. That is the goal. I make no promises, but I do try to give you my word. Yeah, no doubt. They have the best leather on them. All right, because the 2 failed, they came out with the Python. The Python is essentially a Jordan 2. Right. And if you don't have a pair of Pythons, do get yourself a pair. You can always find them for the low and sit them next to a Jordan 2 and you will see excellent leather quality on it. But 9 p.m., that works. My time, Central Standard Time. We're going to try to jump back on there sometime within this week. The goal is probably Wednesday. I'm going to shoot for Wednesday. Hopefully nothing happens around 9 o'clock on Wednesday. I'm trying to jump on here Wednesday and send out the link for those who want to jump on with me, and we'll chop it up. And like I always say, hey, it's not about how much you pay for the sneaker. It's why you pay that much. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out of here. Boom.